And we're on. Good evening, everybody. So, Wednesday night, it is, I think it might be the 3rd or 4th day of autumn. Summer's gone, and believe me, it just changes overnight, doesn't it? You guys will know that. Absolutely madness. Temperatures dropped a little bit. Rain's coming in, the wind's coming in, it's getting a bit stormy. So hopefully this is not signs that we're going to have a long autumn winter. Hopefully we'll have an Indian. Is it it might be an Indian summer. We don't mind about. Let's just hope we have a better autumn and winter, and it's decent, and we can still get some on the walls, and we can still get out to work and do our thing. Yes, Wayne Cox, hope you're good, mate. I've had to put it onto YouTube only, guys, so this won't be streaming directly onto the Rendervate Hub because the software I use, it's not, for some reason, it's not letting me fire through to the Rendervate Hub group. It'll only let me go to everything else, LinkedIn, my personal Facebook, my business page, Facebook. It'll let me do all of that, but it won't let me, for some reason, go to the Rendervate Hub. So good to see you guys. Everyone who's jumping on, I can see you there. Nice to see you coming on. Thanks, guys, for jumping on. We've got a big guest today. Now, this is going to, I'm doing alternate. So some weeks I'll be talking about stuff and giving guys, your tips and talking about certain projects or materials or products. And then the other weeks I'm going to be doing a live podcast. So this is where I'm getting someone on who's in the industry, right? And I'm going to talk to them live, and I'm going to ask them questions. I'm going to, prod and poke them about and ask them a little bit about themselves and get them to give us some diamonds, some nuggets, some gold nuggets out of their information that they've got. We've had Stuart on, we've had Jay on, and now we've got one of the directors of Direct Building Products. So it's Carl coming on, and this is, him and Chris have made one of the biggest rendering supply companies in the UK, if not the biggest. So it's, to have someone at this level, someone at this, he's been in industry for longer than I've been rendering, longer than a lot of you guys would have been rendering. He's been in this industry. And to have someone at this level here to come in and tell us how it started, how it was done, hopefully give us some tips, some insight into, how he got his business going like that, what it's entailed, a little bit of inspiration for you, to be fair. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Like I say, it's good for everyone who's in plastering and rendering to watch something like this, because you get to see another side of the industry or the people who are behind that industry that you never would really see. So we're all buying gear and buying machines and buying tools and materials, stuff like that, but we never get to see how it goes. We just see our own business. So this is going to be a good insight, and I'm looking forward to it. I've never really talked to Carl about anything like this. Obviously, I see him quite a lot, and I talk to him quite a lot, and we communicate and we work together. But I never ask him, questions like this. We're just usually having a laugh and giving some machines a bash about. So that's what we do. But yeah, I'm going to get him on in a second, and we're going to start this interview. But yeah, Stuart, StreamYard's playing up, mate. It won't let me go live to the Rendervate Hub page. I don't know why. It just keeps saying that the link's not happening. But could you do us a favour? Would you be able to share it onto your group as well, Trial Talk, mate? That'd be good if you could. I'm actually going to just share this, guys, onto another page as well. I'm going to send it to the Predator page. I'll put that on now so people can watch that. So that's shared. Like I say, I'm sorry about that. I did try it yesterday, and then I've cut all the links off and I've started it all again. So for some reason, I don't know why it still won't do it. But I've sent it into there as well. So we've got him on. We've got everything there. And I'm going to get Facebook off because it will just distract me when people are messaging me. So that's done. Just on the chat now. So without further ado, I don't know what that means. Or how to say it properly. I'm going to bring him on. I'm going to bring the man on. So this is going to be Carl. He's one of the directors, him and Chris. And Chris didn't want to come on today. Well, Carl will surely tell you that he's bottled it, but we'll see. We'll see what he has to say about it. But here we go. I'm bringing Carl on now. I'm going to get this going, get this show on the road.
Hi, Joe. All right?
Yes, Carl. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, not bad. Thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. It's good, man. It's good to have you on. I proper appreciate you coming on.
No problem. It's good to be on.
Yeah, I'm buzzing, mate, to like I say, to have someone on who's this deep in the game. You know, at the level you are. It's it's quite humbling, really, that you've come on. To be fair,
it's great to be on here, Joe. It's great. I watch it every week.
Yeah. Oh, you did say you had it in your calendar.
Every week, mate. Every week's in my diary.
Yeah. Good man. So yeah, I think I'm going to ask you a few questions. I've got a couple from some guys. Stuart, for Travel Talk. Stuart, would you be able to send me through your question you asked me, because it was a really good question, but I couldn't find it on my group. But it was a really good question, and I'd like to ask Carl that. But anyway, I'm going to start off with, we always want to start with, from the beginning, really, Carl. We want to know exactly where, how it started for you, as in, like, you as a lad. Where were you born? Where you grew up? What were you like? Did you go to school? Where did you go to school? Stuff like that. So tell us where it started for you, mate.
Well, I was just brought up on a estate in Bradford, Bailey Estate in Bradford. Went to school, but to be honest with you, I couldn't wait to get away from it. Didn't really like school. Didn't stop on or all like that. Just went and got a job. To be honest with you, my dad's been in the building industry all his life, so I trained to be a bricklayer. To be honest,
all right.
But I didn't actually like it. So I sort of got to, I think it was level NVQ level 2 or something like that. Out of 3 years, NVQ level 1, 2, and 3. I think I got to 2, and then after I was going back to my third one, I just left and just got a job, and then moved along in a job. I had a bit of a job in a warehouse, and then I moved along and started working for a company that sold ironmongery, believe it or not. Door handles, push plates, fire door handles, that kind of stuff. We sort of sold all that sort of stuff. And that sort of started off me sort of sales. Sort of brought the sales out of me, if you like.
Yeah. So what? So you finished secondary school, high school, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't go to college. Went straight into an apprenticeship.
Apprenticeship, yeah, doing a bricklaying. A bit cold for me, that bricklaying, working outside. So I give it up. Took my gloves off. Took my harder off, and then went and worked in a warehouse for a little while and got warmed up.
Yeah.
And then went and got a job in sales, selling architectural ironmongery. That's where it started, really. As it happens, Chris Ross started at the same place on the same day. With the same shirt and tie set as me. Got it from Burton.
No way.
Yeah.
No way. That's class.
Yeah.
Burton's menswear, eh?
Burton's menswear, mate. Honestly, 3 for 25 quid, I think it was. To be honest with you,
everyone's had one of them, haven't they? Everyone's had one of them, mate, at one point in their life.
Yeah.
Wow. So is that the first time you met Chris then?
That's the first time I met. We both started the job at the same day at this company selling hardware. Believe it or not, it's next door to where my unit is now.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, isn't it funny how the world works, eh?
It is, yeah. It's not the same company now, but yeah, we work there selling like architects, ironmongery, hinges, door locks, that kind of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's where it all started, really. That's where the sales sort of started.
So you guys started there the same day, everything like that, the same suit and everything, same shirt and everything like that, right? And did you just hit it off from the beginning, or what? How did that come along, your friendship?
Well, he probably don't like me for saying this, but I was Chris's boss at the time. Still am.
Now he'd say it the other way around, wouldn't he?
No, yeah, I ended up being sales manager, and to be honest with you, I had to leave Joe because I couldn't work with him any longer.
Really?
No, but
he followed you then.
Yeah, he followed me. But yeah, we were both in sales together. Both worked on telephone sales, and we sort of hit up, became pals, like, you know what I mean, and then just went from there. And it's sort of what happened is my dad's been in the industry all his life. He was one of the I can't remember anybody else that put scrape render on the wall before my dad.
Yeah,
it was the old silicon FT down at K-End, and And we sort of went from there because he were buying it. I remember he were buying like plastic beads for like, I'm sure back, I'm talking 25 years ago, we were buying plastic beads for like £6 and £7 a length.
Back in them days as well.
In them days, Joe, yeah, like it might have been a £5, but it were expensive anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I sort of looked at it and thought, you know what, we can do this. We can do this. It's a bit of plastic. So I went to the place that does the tile trim, home looks. You know the tile trims that say home looks on them.
Yeah.
We went to that place. Now that's just a plastic extruder and home looks Nemplas, and we just said, listen, how hard would it be to make these? You know, you've got a tile trim that's £1 a length, whatever. How hard is it going to be to make these beads that can save the lads a couple of quid? And I really did it, to be honest with you, to help them out, help my dad out, you know, paying a fortune for the beads and stuff like that. And literally it went from there. It just went from there. Before you know it, we were selling plastic beads, and it's sort of, back in them days, there were a lot of galvanized beads going on the wall, old dashing, you know, the old classic spar or Canterbury spar and Derbyshire.
Yeah.
Going on to galvanized beads, or, you know, if they felt a bit posh, they might put a couple of stainless steel ones on.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean? It sort of went from there. And he used to tell me, Dad said, you know, you see all these old dashed buildings and all corners were all blown because the galvanized has worn away and it's and they've eroded and it's just blown the corners. So yeah, and that's pretty much how we sort of got started, and we said, let's have a go.
So you went to the tile company, got them to basically manufacture you guys some beads, and then from there you just got them to basically make you up. Did you have to order a certain amount, or what? How did that work?
At the time, you sort of had a minimum order, but you know, you're talking about the time then. So the company that we were working for, it sort of sold up. The fella who owned the Ironmongery company, and we were moving to Australia, so it sort of became what we're going to do. So I sort of looked at this and I said, you know, we didn't have anything to lose, so why didn't we just have a go, you know? So we just sort of said, Chris didn't have hope. Chris is the same as me. He were brought up on Ravenscliffe or Thorpe Edge, and I brought up on Biley, you know, so we didn't have anything to lose, so why not have a go? So we sort of started selling the plastic beads, and it sort of just grew a bit from sort of we can get by on this to what it is now. But I mean, I still buy the beads from the same place I bought them from all them years ago.
Wow, that's wicked. That's good, mate. That is good that you've done that as well. Wow. So yeah.
You have like a tooling that, you know, we were buying the beads off them, and they said, well, do you want to make your own tooling? So we've got our own tooling now. So the beads that you get through us are thrown, it's like a disc, and it just throws the plastic through it. And we just get them chopped, you know, they get chopped at 3 meter or 2.5 meters. And that's pretty much as easy as that. So it all started off through a few plastic beads, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, that's mental, that. So, wow. So just from, basically giving that a go, you have gone to grow to where you are now. I mean, it is a niche market. You say you got into it, you know, you've seen your dad doing it as a job, you've seen the products that he uses and stuff like that. So that's one of the reasons, you know, why you went into it. But did you know anything about the rendering industry when you were looking at it as, like, you know, going in with the beads initially? Because now you guys are like, is it right that you're one of the biggest, you are the biggest distributor of K-Rend in the UK?
Yeah, we're the biggest single stockist of K-Rend in the UK.
So
I think I think Selco some are the biggest, but we're right behind. But they've got multiple stores, you see. So
superstores. You've only got
we've just got one. So but the K-Rend story is back in the day. If you wanted K-Rend, you had to buy 10 ton and stock them in your garage or whatever. Yeah. So my dad who my dad worked for at the time, they were buying K-Rend. They were buying dash receiver, silicon dash receiver. They still do it now. And they were doing silicon FT and just putting in a garage. But obviously it gets damp and it gets. And I sort of saw that opportunity as well, which sort of interlinked with the beads. Yeah, get some of this in, and we sort of went from there. I had a mate that had a yard that he was sort of renting out. And I said, can I put a load of stuff in your yard and, you know, pay you to store it? And it just went from there, just grafted, got on the phone and made a load of phone calls and tried to sell it. And as it happens, we sold enough to keep us going. And believe me, for a good lot of years, we were sort of working, you know, hand to mouth, you know, day to day, just trying to sell the stuff and get it out the door. That's all.
And it was just you and Chris on the phones ringing out. What you do is go at Yellow Pages, find out plastering and renderers, and ring them up.
Exactly right. Yeah. What we used to do, we didn't even have a fork truck. So what we used to do is we had a unit, and then the stuff would get delivered. We'd have to handball it off, all the beats, put them away, and then we'd have to ring up, see if we could get an order off a customer, go out and pack it, and then send it out on the van that night, you know, on the courier, just to get delivered the next day. I bet we did that for a few years till Chris sussed it, and every time we were getting a delivery coming into us, it used to be out at that particular point.
Oh my God. So that is mad. From getting a few beads made, you're just behind Selco as the largest stockist of K-Rend, and you stock Eco-Rend as well. It's like that is a story in itself, mate. Two lads from Bradford, Burton's shirt and tie, same job, started on the same day. Dad was a renderer, and now you own a company that turns over, you know, double digits, millions a year. That's, mate, you must be proud of yourself. Your family must be proud of you anyway. I know you're not going to say it because you're a humble guy, but I bet other people are, like your daughters and stuff like that. Because I see them up there as well in yard, and they work with you, and it's a family business. You know what I mean, to say it like that, innit? But yeah, I think you should be proud of yourself. Well, I am. I think everyone else will be thinking, bloody hell, go on, mate. You know what I mean?
People do say, you know, you've done well, and it does look like you've done well, but you know, realistically, Joe, it's just like I just get up and go to work. I still sit in the same. You've seen it, Joe, yourself.
I know you do. I know you do. I know.
Sit with all the lads, have a laugh. And I think that's the biggest thing, is that I actually enjoy what I do. As sad as that sounds, I enjoy it.
No, it's true.
I'm going to work every day, having a bit of crack with lads. I mean, the couple of guys in our office, I mean, we keep hold of them. The lads in the office, we keep hold of them. They never go, because they're a good, fantastic team. A fantastic team. All have a bit of a laugh. All have a bit of a laugh, and all just get on with the job, you know, and try and do his best. You know, and that's what we try and do every day. So I don't really see it as success as that. I just sort of see it as like, I've got to work. I just have a job.
That's the thing. That's the thing, though, Carl, with you and Chris. Yeah, there's not a day goes by that you're not there, unless you're on holiday, obviously. But like when I go up there, you're just there with lads. You're there with warehouse lads. You're there with, you know, the guys on the counter. You're outside with us doing machines. Do you know what I mean? Apart from packing the gear now, because I think you've done enough of that with handballing, mate.
Yeah. Chris probably still needs to do a bit more, but yeah.
Apart from that, you're still there. You're part of the company, which is like, I don't know. I think that's a good thing, because you don't really need to do that, but I think that just shows, you know, how you guys are as a grounded company, as grounded people. How you are. I think that's a lot of Northerners as well, mate. Do you know what I mean? A lot of those West Yorkshire people are like that. We're just grafters. But yeah, it's good, mate. I'm glad that everyone gets to see you and talk and see what you like. You know what I mean, as well. Yeah, it's madness.
You get there at 7 o'clock in the morning, Joel. I jump on fork truck sometimes. Yeah, I still think I'm best fork truck driver, but I'm nowhere near.
Nah, some of them guys on there are good, mate. I've seen them. Trust me. But yeah, man, that's wicked. That, I mean, when did you realise then that it was actually taking off? When you rented this yard off your mate, and you're buying 10 ton at a time, and you got your beads going now. When did you see, like, was there a specific point where you thought, you know what, this is proper? It's like, we're not just hand to mouth. This we're doing it proper now. Like, what was there a time, Carl, when it hit you and you thought, you know what, we're doing this. Like, we're doing it.
I think what happens is, and especially with how we've sort of worked, every single time we've ever we might have got 10 ton in at the first. Now we're buying full loads in. So what happened is, we were in like a small unit, and we filled it pretty quick, because every time we got every time we got paid and got us money in, we spent it back out on stock, brought it back in, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So then you sort of sit and look around and go, wow, this place is packed with stock.
Yeah.
So then we had to move to a different place. And then when we moved to the other place, you look around the building and it was empty. And I mean, you've gone to another building, it's empty, and you're thinking, I'm never going to fill this. And within 2 or 3 years, it's rammed to the rafters again. It's where you've got to move again. So this is his third move. Where we are now is the third place we've been.
Yeah.
And believe me, Joe, when I walked in there and the yard and everything, you walk in it now when it's got containers and it's got stocking and stuff. When you went in there when it was empty, it's big, and it's like, I've never, nowhere on this earth going to fill this. And then you fill it again. And I think not the success at all. I just think that's how I sort of judge you. We must be doing something okay here, because we seem to be able to turn it over and get more stock. And all we tend to do is just get more and more stock. I mean, we sat on, I don't know how many machines now. How much care end, you've seen it yourself. Is
mountains, mate. Mountains,
loads of eco end. And we just sort of do that. We sort of like keep ourselves. And I don't think you sort of turn around and go, God, it's been successful. I think you just go, oh, seems to be growing this. And it's sort of more like that sort of thing, valued by stock probably and staff. You sort of start off with 1 or 2 or 1 or none. And then you get to 2 and then you're 3 and then you need somebody else. So that's sort of a measure of you must be doing okay just because of that. And
so so how much staff have you got now there in total? How many people would you say you've got in company?
25. There's 25 of us.
25. Is that including everyone in Predator and everything like that?
Yeah. Delivery guys, warehouse lads, accounts, buying department, sales office. 25 of us.
That's good. That. And do you know what? One thing I've noticed, Carl, when I've been there, is no one seems to be down and miserable. No one. You've got a good atmosphere there. Like all lads, when I go in yard now, it's like, obviously I've seen them loads of times and that, but it's like, talk to them, have a laugh with them. Everyone's just sound, you know what I mean? And they all work hard as well. So it's like, how did you get that? How did you find them type of people?
I think, I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, I think what it is we sort of leave people alone as long as the job's getting done. So, and I think what we do is, and Chris is the same, we don't have none of them and us. We sort of, everybody's equal.
Yeah.
I don't care what job you do for me. At the end of the day, it's if the warehouse don't work, the sales lads are going to get it in the neck. If the sales lads don't work, the warehouse can't get the stuff out.
Yeah.
If the accounts don't work, the money don't come in. If the buying man don't do his buying. So basically, you've got to have that togetherness as a team. And all of us sit down and have a good laugh and get on with his job as a team. And don't get me wrong, we do have his arguments, we all have us ups and downs. But all in all, it's a very happy place to work. All the lads have a good laugh, and it seems to be the way, we're not very strict with a lot of things. I'm not going to sit there and nitpick if somebody's 10 minutes late on the break, or we sort of dismiss that. And we sort of, as long as people are doing the job and people are getting on with the work and the work's not suffering, we leave them to it. And I think that's what's made. I mean, you're talking about my warehouse man. He's worked for me for 18 years, Joe.
Yeah.
You're talking about my longest serving salesman, Paul, a lad from Manchester. Paul Slater's a good mate. He's worked for me for about 15, 16 years.
Wow.
I think the shortest serving salesperson at mine's about 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? So we must be. My accounts guys work for me for 10 to 12 years.
Yeah.
The buyer, Andy, he's worked for me for 15 years.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? So we must be doing something right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's good, mate, because it doesn't work like that. The turnover in a lot of companies in there, usually, especially in that type of environment where it's, you've got a lot going on. Because I've been there, it's a busy place, mate. You said there's 25 people there. It seems to me like there's 125 because there's that much going on. It's busy, and I'll tell you that honestly, mate. The guys who work there, I think it's refreshing to see, to be fair, because they are they're competent, aren't they? Like, I just see lads like, and they're just so tuned in on what they're doing. Even young lads who are in yard, some of them, they're just like, they're in their own world. But it's like, I look and I think, that must be nice that you can leave a young lad like that. He's on computer, he's got his sheets off. So I watch him, I see what's going on, because I like to see how it works. And the guys are like, yeah, bump. And then next thing you know, he's like, I'm like, oh, have you got that game? He's like, yeah, it's there for you. I'm like, you know, you don't even know, because they're just on the ball.
Yeah.
I think it's mad though. It's mad to see. It's good to see. I feel like I'm lucky that I get to see that, mate, to be fair. But yeah, it's good. I think you have got a good team, and you know, like you said, in your office, you're all together, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I mean, every one of us, you know what I mean. We all work for each other. If somebody's off, we cover for each other.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I've got, like, you know, Jimmy, who works in my office. Jimmy
Yeah,
Carter. Yeah, he's took a lot of work off me of what I was doing. I mean, I bet he hates me, really.
He's good though.
He's a good guy, Jimmy. He sort of he works and there's nothing to add. If you speak to him and anybody rings him, he must be a brilliant guy to deal with, because nothing's too difficult for him. He just goes and makes sure things happen. He understands if people need a delivery. You know, he understands if there's a renderer on site and he hasn't got his stuff. He knows it's important that he gets his stuff there quick.
Yeah.
He knows that he's probably paying a couple of lads, and he knows it needs to be quick, and he's paying them for now at the time. So he understands the importance of the job, basically.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, sometimes I've gone in the morning and he's first one there at 7 o'clock, and he's on the actual sales counter.
He is, yeah. He's on the trade counter. Again, the same old, you know, we'll all go down and help each other out.
Yeah.
You know, you'll see me on trade counter, no problem. I'll be on there 3 or 4 times a day. I'll go in. I could speak to just general public and just say, you know, what they're looking for a colour or whatever they're looking for. Yeah, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. It's part of the day's work. We know we all do it.
That's good. So, no, that's good though, mate. It's good. Like I say, Jimmy, I've been dealing with him a bit. His sound, mate. All right, cool. So what we'll do then, I'll move on to another question I've got on here for you. It's one of them where I feel like in business, a lot of people have a hard time sometimes to go through. Stuff happens that's out of our control. Like we just had the COVID and the recessions and stuff like that. So obviously your business, you've been going, you know, over 15 years. You would have hit a couple of recessions. Did it put any doubt into your mind, or did it affect you anyway? Did anything negative happen to you? How did you overcome it?
Well, yeah, I mean, I've gone through credit crunch, recession, COVID. We've gone through it all. But I think the only way obviously, you know, like anybody else who's in business, anybody else who has their own business will know that it's stressful. You know, it is stressful. It takes its toll on you. You know, at the end of the day, I might be in a slightly different work environment to you, but it's still the same thing, Joe. I've got to get paid. I've got to sell something. You've got to put something on the wall. You've got to get paid.
Right,
we're all in the same boat, really, when it comes to stuff like that. We want him paying, and we need customers. We need to sell. And sometimes when recessions and that, it's worrying. And you know, we've all had that. We've dealt with it by just going back into work every day, doing the same things, working hard, just getting involved, trying to help out, trying to get the customers. And to be honest with you, I think if you're good with your customers and you provide a good service, they'll keep coming back. Yeah. And I've been dealing with customers 20 odd years, Joel, 20 odd years. Some of them I've dealt with for 20 odd years, never even met. Yeah. I've dealt with them on the phone for 20 odd years.
Yeah, and all over the country.
All over the country, yeah. And I think if you provide a good service, you're honest and provide a good service with them, they'll come back. And I think sometimes when recessions do it, credit crunches, that kind of stuff, where times are a little bit tough, I think you all need to stick together. Yeah. And I think you all have to make sure that each other's okay. And if we can do that as a group, we'll all be all right, won't we? Yeah. And that's pretty much how we do. Put your head down, work away. That's what we do.
Just keep plugging along, mate. That's what you basically did. So it has been hard, hasn't it? When the recessions hit, you know what I mean? I went through one credit crunch and I lost my job and stuff like that. And like you say, you just work with the scraps you get, and basically, hopefully, you get by. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I did. Is that polar bear in background?
Yeah. We put him inside as well because he said he'll be barking all day, but he'll shut up in a minute.
Mate, my cat's on sofa shitting its end. Look, looking about, what's that? Don't worry, he's not here. You know, she's alert, boy. I'm telling you. Oh man. But yeah, no, that's it. I mean, that's the only hard thing that we've really been through, and obviously COVID as well. We've had a couple of locks down, but like you say, you guys just get your heads down and graft. You know what I mean? So good on you, man.
You just got to keep pushing forward and keep trying, and you know, like I say, I've got some people that I've dealt for a long time, and you sort of you're hoping that they're busy, you're busy, they're quiet, you're quiet. You know, don't forget, you know, like I said to you earlier on, my dad were in the industry, so I do know it. I know that when it's raining, you're getting rained off. I know that when it's cold, you can't put the stuff on the wall. And I've seen all this, George. You know, I've seen it all. You know, when my dad's been sat in saying, I can't put all on the wall, but there's no work on. Why? Because nobody's ringing up because it's too cold. You know, winter months are terrible, aren't they?
Yeah,
so, you know, I've seen it all. I've seen it all.
There's some products coming out now though that can be used in winter, which is good to see. So hopefully, I'm going to do some stuff on them products and that, and get them out there as well. Because a lot of the time it's by air in it, like materials dry and stuff like that. There's some chemical stuff coming out, isn't there? So
I mean, we do an accelerator. It's really good. That goes in the 1.5 mil. It's a really good accelerator. A lot of people are using it. Yeah. But I do believe that Eco end are fetching out a 365, aren't they? And that's supposed to be really good. So you know, people, you know, that's what I do like about the industry as well. There is people about, you know, that are trying to make things work and make it easier and make it so that people can work.
Yeah, that's going to be one of my questions I'm going to ask you later on, to be fair. So what is the biggest selling product you have? What is out of everything you do, what is the number one thing that goes out the door the most?
HP12.
HP12, yeah.
It's a fantastic base. I mean, some people love Karen, some people don't. But it's a fantastic product. And I think most other companies have tried to copy that product, but I just don't think they can get it right. Karen can't get sometimes Karen can't get some things right, but they've nailed that base coat.
They have, haven't they?
They've nailed it, they've nailed that base coat. It's a belting base coat.
Yeah, I'll be honest, it is it is a good base coat, mate. I you know me, mate, I rip piss out of them a bit and that, and I say stuff about other brands, and I'm team Eco End and all that. I do say I love the crack. I love to poke the bear a little bit. Not that polar bear of yours, but I like to poke the bear a bit of a laugh, and I see reps and have a laugh with them and that. But there's no way anyone on this planet can say HP12 is no good.
It's a good base coat. It's a good base coat, Joe.
Awesome, mate. It is good. I've been using it this week, mate. It's Jimmy actually sent me some gear over Monday. So
the HP12 is a great base coat. We get looked after. There's a guy called Stephen Logan at Karen that looks after us. He's dealt again. We go back to it. He's dealt with us since I've been going. Stephen Logan.
Really, yeah.
Even to this day, he's messaging me a day. You know, relationships again. We sort of kept them, you know, with the original people, and it seems to work. You know, keep your loyalties. You know, we keep it.
Yeah, that's good, mate. That's what I mean. You're in with them guys, and I'm sure they love you guys as well. To be fair, you know what I mean. So that's mad. So Karen HP12 is the biggest. That's the number one product that leaves. And believe me, I've been in yard and there's mountains of it. There's mountains. It's crazy though, Carl, because sometimes I'll go in and I'll be like, I'll see like probably, I don't know, I say this, there's probably about 7 or 8 pallets, and I'm like, oh, it looks a bit empty now. I come in next day and it's filled to roof again. I'm like, but then you come in next day and it's half down again. I'm thinking, flipping neck, mate. It must be firing it out.
It just comes in and goes out there. It just comes in and goes out. It's a great product.
Everyone likes HP12. They can't, I've never really say anything bad about it. And obviously it shows it's been your number one seller, hasn't it, for years. So, so how do you separate yourself from the competition and stand apart? Now that's a bit of a thingy question, mate, but do you know you've got competitors in the industry?
It's good to have competitors. It's good. It keeps you honest, Joel. It keeps you honest. It keeps you sharp. I mean, going into work, sometimes you win an order, sometimes you lose an order. It's just the way it is. Sometimes you'll go price a job, you'll win it. Sometimes you go price a job, you lose it. It's just the same as us. Yeah. And to be different to the competition, I think we all try and be different in our own ways. But I think what I try to do is I personally try to listen to what the customer wants, what the customer needs. how to make it easier for them, and go back to when I started with the beads. My dad was paying a fortune for beads. They can't be that expensive. Let's see what we can do. So we sort of fixed the problem, if you like. And I feel as if I'm doing that still. I'm still trying to fix problems. You know, I were the one that brought the new accelerator in from Europe that seems to work, because I knew that the other accelerators didn't work. They were putting them in, they just weren't working.
Yeah, I've had that nightmare.
Yeah, you've had it, haven't you? So you're going to do a job, Joe. You're going to put whatever 4 or 5 tubs on it at 60 quid a tub, 300 quid of the stuff. You come back to it next day and it's all over the floor. Do you know what I mean? So we try to fix the problem. And don't get me wrong, I want to make a couple of quid on it as well. So, but we're sort of working together. I'm fixing a problem for you, and you know, I'm making a profit on that, and that's pretty much what.
Yeah, of course.
We're different. That's how I think we're different.
So, what do you do then with this gear? Do you test it? Do you test all the stuff you just get?
Yeah, well, I'll just, you know, you've done a lot of testing for me, Joe. So, you know, I'll get the stuff and I'll send it out to people, and I'll get the honest opinion. I'll just say, listen, give me the brutal honest opinion. I've got a guy testing some of the products last week for me, and he rang me up and said, Carl, I'll be honest with you, it's rubbish, this.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Thanks a lot, Dave. Yep, cheers. And that we move on, we try and get better. But that's what I try and do, give people the opportunity to try and use it, see what they think. If they like it, we'll go with it.
I've got to vouch on that, man. I've got to second it, because I'll be honest, since the day I've started working with you and Chris, it's like that's how you've been. You've just gone like that. Joel, take that away. If you like it, let me know. If you don't, let me know. That's what you've said. And like for me, that was one of a big thing for me to come and work with you guys, because I wanted to, you know, we want to make the industry better, and I can see that you guys do. Do you know what I mean? That's what you're about. You're about moving forward. And obviously we had them discussions and that when we talked about machines and, you know, how to change them and bits like that. And even some stuff you've got coming out now, you know, I've talked to Si about and you about, and he's looking at, you know, to make it a bit better for us, the end user. So I've got to give you big kudos for that, because I'll be honest, I've worked with other people in the industry and they're not like that at all. Do you know what I mean?
Just sit and watch it. But I think sometimes you've just got to go and say, well, this make this better. Will this make this easier? Will that make that better? And if you can do that, I think, you know, it's a win-win, isn't it? Win for you and win for them.
Yeah, I know, but I just think it's good, because you're actually getting it from the horse's mouth, aren't you? You're asking the people who are using it, and I think that's a good thing. That, do you know what I mean? Like even your fin coat, you said, Joel, have a go on that, spray a bit of that. I remember you said to me, I'll give you a couple of them, a few of them cheap for a job. That's what you said to me. And I used it, didn't I? And I said, yeah, it's nice gear, that, mate. It is. For the price, it's really good.
You
know what I mean? So that wasn't one of the times that you've actually done that with me as well. So I think that's a good thing, mate. I think that's good. You're looking, and you're trying the stuff out. And I know you've got a lot more up your sleeve. Would you say out of, you know, you and Chris, you're the one who really like always thinking of new things? Is Chris the one who's more apprehensive and that's just something I've gathered. I just wanted you to say it.
Yeah, it's exactly how it works. I'll run in there every day, giving him. I must do his head in. I run in there every day, thinking of another idea, this. Why don't we do this? Why don't we do this? And he sort of looks at me and he gives me this look, and he just know it's not sinking in, and he's thinking, just go away. But but yeah, he does. He holds me back. But sometimes I need that, because sometimes I can just go belting forward, a bit like you, Joel. Actually, you do the same. Yeah. You just go belting forward, and sometimes you just need them to just pull you back and say, wait a minute, get this right, and then we'll move on to the next one, because I can be on product 1 and then product 5 in 2 days, and product 1's not finished yet. You know what I mean?
Mate, I totally get you. That's your mind, though. That's your forward thinking. That's what you like to do. You like to create stuff. That's like me, mate. My missus tells me all the time, Joe, pack it in, just finish that first, do that.
Exactly,
because if it were left to my own device, like it'd be a shambles, you know what I mean? But you know, and I've about 10 different things going on. But yeah, she's the same, like you say. But I gathered that, mate, when I'm in there and I'm talking to you both. I know the crack, but I guess that's kind of a dream partnership, though, really. You know, it's the yin and the yang, isn't it?
Well, I suppose it is. Yeah, I mean, he's a good guy, Chris. He does a lot of work in the background that sort of probably don't get they don't thank him enough for it, to be honest with you, the lads. And
I think they know, though.
It's a lot of work.
I think they know though, mate. All I've ever heard.
They do.
Yeah, all I've ever heard is positive stuff about him. Everyone, mate, someone even referred to him the other day. I'm not going to say the name because it was a private meeting, but they said he's like Rain Man. They said,
yeah.
He said he's on the ball so much. He's like Rain Man. That's what they said. They said he's.
Just, he's good. It's a good deputy to me, anyway.
Oh my god, I'm not sure he's gonna take that, but man, all I've ever heard is that he is like the man as well. Do you know, like his brain is just switched on. So that's you guys have definitely got a good partnership going on there, mate. I'm telling you, that is wicked. Right, mate, I want to ask you something. What are you most proud of so far in your business career? What is the one thing you think, you know what? Yeah, this is the proudest thing that I'm proud of you.
The proudest thing that I've done in business is bringing my daughter into the business.
Wow.
She's an absolutely dream to work with.
Which one?
Ambition. Danielle, she's got ambition, she's got drive, and just bringing her in there and just watching her grow and watching her how she works and how she gets on with it and how she never moans. That has been my biggest achievement.
Yeah.
My daughter in there.
Yeah. Is she smashing it, mate?
She's brilliant, honestly, Joe. For a 21-year-old, or she's 22 now, but she was 22 last week. But
yeah,
she's literally got everything. She's switched on.
Yeah,
she knows exactly. Any job that you need it, she'll go do it.
Yeah,
she's good. She's good on sales.
Yeah,
she goes round. She's in there one at first. She's out there one of the last.
Yeah,
she's just a dream of working for me, and that's my biggest.
Yeah. Achievement. Do you know what, mate? She is good, isn't she? She's there all the time as well. She cracks on, and she looks like she's taking to it really well. Like she knows what she's on about, doesn't she?
She does, yeah. You know what, and you know at that age, were you listening? Because I won't.
Nah, no.
She listens to what we tell her. She sort of gets it. She gets it all. Yeah. You wouldn't have been able to do that with me at 22. Would have been like,
me, mate. Me neither, mate.
Beers with me, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she listens and she gets on with it, and she's an absolute dream. And I'm not just talking because it's my daughter. I bet if you were to ask the other guys in the office, they'd all say the same. It's an absolute dream to work with. And she never lets you down. She's always there. She's an absolute dream. And that is my biggest achievement in business.
That's some qualities, mate, should have got from you, though, as well, you know. They're turning up every day. She will have done, mate. You've put her in that environment. She's seen you, like you say, 22. So that's basically all the time you've been having that company. She's grew up in it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, she's grown up in it, and but she's took to it honestly. And she tells me she enjoys it. She might hate it, but she actually works really well. You don't even have to at that age. I just find it incredible that somebody at that age can actually take on that. And a lot of responsibility goes her way. You know, the hell of a lot of responsibility, probably too much responsibility I put on her at sometimes. But she takes it all in a stride. It makes you really proud. It does make you really proud.
She gets it done, doesn't she? So that's good. Like I say, she's always there at the days. You know, I see her there all the time as well. She's either in yard or she's up in her office. So yeah, that's good. So that's something to be proud of, mate. Your daughter's doing well, and yeah, you get to see her grow, don't you? That's got to be something you got to be proud of, man. Of course, that's wicked. That. Right, okay. So I've asked you already about your team because they are all there on it. I want to ask you something. Obviously, you've got the T-shirt on, and it's something that I work with you on. It's about the machines. So, what made you guys go into the machine market? How did this come about?
Well, we did get approached a couple of times by companies just because we're in the rendering industry. So we did get approached, but we sort of knocked it back a lot. And I think we were a bit frightened to get involved. I think they seemed a lot more technical, and it seemed a bit of he might get his fingers burnt here. But then when you actually looked at it, I thought it's where it's going to go. You know, I spoke to my dad years ago about machines, and he's retired now. He's 71 years old, but his arms are gone, mate. You know, shoulders, that kind of stuff, just from picking render up off a ligger board, if you like, or out of a mixing tub or whatever.
Yeah.
And you know what? I thought if I can get these machines across here, and I can make them a bit more affordable, I reckon not only will I'll be able to sell a few, but it'll be helping the industry out again.
Yeah.
And that's what I've tried to do. I've tried to sort of get them over, give somebody a choice. I will be open and honest. I did think there were a market there for them. I thought there were an opening there for them.
Yeah.
There's a couple of bit of competition there.
Yeah.
But I do think the actual machine industry is very underserviced in Britain anyway. And I think that we could fit in there and fit in quite nicely. And I actually believe that we can do it better than as competition. We offer on-site training. If you bought a machine off me and you were struggling with it, I'd send him out again to come and see you on site. It wouldn't be once. If you wanted it 5 times, you could get 5 training sessions. I want to help out, as well as I want to sell them for myself as well and make profit. Obviously,
class is a business, mate, and that's what it is.
Of course it is. But I do think that the actual industry is underserviced when it comes to machines, and I think that machines out there are the future for definite.
Yeah,
and I think that we could, as a company, Direct Building Products, with the experience that we've got in the render, I think we can definitely make a difference.
And
if that makes the competition do better, well, good. That just helps the rest of that as well, you know. And that's pretty much why we did it. We just sort of made a decision and said, let's go for it. Let's try.
I like that, mate, because I actually, it's something that I've had a bit of shit in neck about off of people who sell machines and people who are in industry, and I get it from all sides, mate. I get it from renderers, and I get it from people who knock it machines out. Are you talking about us when you did that video saying there's not enough support? Or I've had lads going like, why are you bothered about telling everyone that they should get a machine? There will no work for us. And then like I've had it off all different angles, mate. I've had shit about it all the time. So I say quite frankly what it is on videos and stuff like that. And people are like, oh, you're just a dickhead. You shouldn't really talk about that. And it's not a done thing and this and that. So I think I'll say it. I think that the industry of machine rendering has had a cushy life up until the last couple of years. I probably would go as far to say that I don't think the industry really realised that anyone else could come in and rock it. So I'll be honest, man. Played it at the beginning when I first seen it come out. I thought, is it just going to be a couple of machines, a flash in the pan and go? That's what I thought, because like everyone else, you see these other ones, you think, can they get in there? And like I say, the first year gone by, and you guys were turning up, man. Like, you've impacted the industry. What did you think you'd have that quick of an impact? Did you think, like, you're obviously confident about it. You wanted to go in there and go against the big dogs. Also, well, competition. Did you think it'd happen this quick?
Well, I had to sit down with a guy that knows the machines, and I says, what do you think we could sell? And we were throwing numbers about, and I thought, no chance. And I thought, you know what? The renderers that I know, if I can get them to just try them and get them to see how easy it is once they've used them, and we can sort of make the machines a little bit easier to use, if we can make it a little bit more fun, because sometimes the machines are like, people are saying, oh, this is the best machine that you can have. Why is it the best machine? Let's have a bit of competition, because I just don't think there were enough. I think there were a couple of people selling machines, and that were it. And if you wanted a machine, you only had them to go at. So let's mix it up a little bit. And as far as confidence going, I think that we're confident in what we can do anyway. And what is there to lose? I mean, we've got thick skin. We've got thick skin down at Direct Building Products. I mean,
we've
been slated loads of times online. So I mean, just water off a duck's back for us now. So going into another industry and sort of diverting into our machines a little bit. Wasn't really a big deal for us, really. I think it was just more like, let's have a go and let's see what we can do. And you know what? When you're interested in the industry, like I am, I'm actually interested in the industry.
Oh, buzzing about it, mate.
It makes you want to find something a little bit better. It makes you want to tweak that machine. It makes you want to go over to see. I'm going to see the suppliers next week, Joe. I'll be telling them that I need on different machines and what I think it'd make it better and how this would make it better.
Yeah.
And I'll be getting my feedback from you, and I'll be getting my feedback from everybody else that uses them. And why not? I think the industry needs somebody like that.
Of course they do. Of course they do, mate. That was it. When I come to see you guys, and I was looking for a fin coat machine, and then obviously I've copped onto the Optimix, and I use it for base coat and my top coat. But that was something.
You were the one that did that, Joe. You were the one that did that. You were the one that did that Optimix. Yeah, you were. You were the one. And I'll be honest. You were the one that changed. The Optimix at the time wasn't a great seller for us.
No.
You made that. But we stood there and watched you. You got Baz to sit at back and adjust the air.
Yeah.
Sprayed it against the wall and said, "Look what this can do." Boom. Before you know it. But that all stemmed from just literally getting the machine. Joe, have a go with this. What do you think to that? And you're going, "Here, why don't we try this and this?" They all stem from that.
Yeah,
so
that's what happened.
About us getting the machines. You speaking to the people that spray them. Let's be honest. We need to know what you want to do with it, not what I want to do. And I sit on a desk all day looking at a computer. I want to know what you want to do with it.
Yeah.
And if it works for you and we can get the price right, why not?
That's what I'm saying. I thought that was great because I went in there just looking at a fin coat machine. But then I figured out it can spray base coat. And then I'm like, oh, it's a bit thingy. And then next thing you know, he's cranked it up and it was firing out. I'm like, bloody hell, that's as fast as my K4 that. Do you know what I mean? I was like, what? So, I mean, from there, but I mean, that to me was like, that there is a big thing. Like you say, it's changed now. Optimix sells loads. And I think a lot of people, a lot of them are watching now who have actually bought the Optimix. They're getting a lot of value from it. They're getting a lot of output. They're enjoying the work now. Do you know what I mean? Whereas some of the bigger machines, I admit you do need the bigger machines when you're running teams because you want to constantly go. But for a lot of the smaller guys, a lot of smaller teams or people who work on their own, they really see them getting a benefit from the Optimix. Like, it's just took off, mate. I love it. I use it every day. And it's like, I think, bloody hell, man. It's mad. I think it's good. That machine.
We're just about getting a machine, Joel, having a go with it, us bringing the machine in and then seeing the opportunity, and it fits perfectly, doesn't it? For a certain, for a certain renderer, it fits. It don't fit them all.
Yeah,
but it fits a certain renderer, and there were nothing on the market at the time, and there still isn't alt on the market like that now. So we are doing a service to the industry by fetching them in, and I think we're helping people out, which is one of the main things. Yeah,
that's what I mean. It's like I actually got told from someone that a supplier said to me that the machine is no good for spraying base coats and doing jobs with. And I kind of said, like, well, on whose, I'm not going to say names or anything like that, but I said, well, tell me on whose, like, watch is it no good for? And they kind of were giving it like, oh, well, it's good at this, it's good at that, but it's not ready for this. So I sent through a picture of a job that I've done, which is a 150-meter house that I've done by myself. So what you said it was no good, but I've just done that by myself. What's the crack? I did the base coat and the top coat with the same machine. Didn't have to change anything on it. I only had to change the nozzle. So, but I kind of figured out, like, want the fact of that, the machining suit. It doesn't suit because it's a cost-effective machine that was a lot cheaper than the one that they were trying to sell as a first-time machine. And this is a first-time machine that's half the price, and it can knock it out of the park. And that's kind of like where I got. And that's why I thought, you know what? Fuck it, mate. It's ruffling feathers. I thought, this is ruffling feathers. And then
I mean, we just got into it and then stumbled across it. I'm trying to help the industry. We're trying to help the industry. If people were selling machines and want to help the industry, that should have come out a long time ago.
Well, yeah, it should. Or even though if it wasn't that exact machine, the options or the knowledge, like I feel like what we're doing with Predator, because now obviously I work with you guys, I'm ambassador for you guys, and it's like I talk a lot on videos and do lives and I share stuff on the group and stuff. And I feel like a lot of the information we're getting out there now is old news to people who've been in the game, but I think it scared a lot of people off, Carl, to be honest with you. All these big machines and that, you know what I mean? The K4, G4, our classic. whatever it is, all the different knobs, when you look at them on the side, these are all deterrents. People are like thinking, shit,
Death.
mate, they're like that. Fucking hell, what's happening here? And then you also, Carl, you've got to remember this as well. The price mark that comes along with these machines, mate. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people, it's either a van or a machine at 10 grand, isn't it? So,
Joel, 10,000 quid to spend on a machine, mate.
yeah.
It's a phenomenal amount of money, isn't it, to spend on a machine to spray render. You know, so you've got to you're taking a chance by putting that money down and getting a machine that you're probably in the back of your mind. Most people are thinking 10,000 quid for a machine that I might just have a load of hassle with. It's not worth doing it. I'll just keep hand applying it. But you know, again, that moving forward with Predator, Joe, that's what I want to do. I want to get a machine, and I want to get the prices right as well. You know, and I think sometimes we'll get slated for that online, but if it makes the job easier, saves the lads a few quid. What is there not to like about the machines then?
And what
you've got to like them, haven't you?
And the thing is, it's no one else's business as well. That's the kind of thing where I feel like, you know, oh man, I could talk. We could go into this all day. This is about you. This is about you. I mean, I love the politics around the rendering and the machine world and stuff like that, because I'm glad that I'm on the Predator team. I'm glad I'm on your team, and I'm glad that we're working together to move forward with it, to be honest with you, because I feel like the stuff that we've just done, like the free refresher day that Direct Building are going to, that you guys are backing it, the people who bought your machine get to come down and do a 3 days training with me and Sai, and they get to know how to use a machine. No one does that in this industry. I talked about this a couple of years ago, right? And no one wanted to know. I got told to shut up. Now we're doing it, and we've got our people who've got the machines coming back in to use it. The training,
because obviously they're not as confident with the machines, and when they're spending that amount of money, Joel, they need to be able to use it at its full potential. And if the car, it's a waste of money, isn't it?
Well, that's what it is, and I've been in that position, and it's like I think a lot of people who are coming back, you know, they're going to be buzzing, and again, what that does for Direct Building and for Predator brand, right? It builds that trust, because, like you could say, we don't teach you how to render. We show you how to set the machine up and use it. We don't teach you to render. But with us, we're not actually saying that. We're saying, you know what? We've got Joel here, who's a renderer. You'll come down here. He's going to show you how to react with a render on the wall. That's for free.
Yeah. It is. It's for free. You know, and we can get the guys there that can be technical with the machines. Baz is brilliant, isn't he, on the machines?
Yeah.
He's very helpful.
Yeah.
And
Dave as well.
He can adjust the machines. Dave as well. Dave's brilliant. Yeah. There's not that Dave doesn't know about a machine. It works. The work on these machines. So from a technical point of view, we're there, and then you can just show them. And even if they don't want to work the same way, they've got another way of working if they want. Watch how you do it. They might not want to work that way, but
that's it.
There's another way that they've been shown.
Yeah, that's what it is. I think with the refresher day that we thought about, we had a chat about, and you guys were like, "Yep, Joel, do it." That is like, to me, that's a big thing, mate. Because God, I wish I had that back in the day. Do you know what I mean? And I know we can't do it all over the country. We are in Bradford, but you know, you've been doing spray days all up and down the country, haven't you? So you know, hopefully,
today.
Did you go to one today?
I didn't go to one today, no, but they were in Bristol today. Dave and Baz were in Bristol today.
Yeah, they were there, weren't they? Yeah. Hopefully, I'm gonna get on one of them soon. Anyway,
definitely. Could do with you on one of them.
Yeah, I'd like to go on one, man, as well. But a few people, how come you're not there? I'm like, I've got houses to render as well. You know, I'm not full time. But yeah, no, that's good, man. So, do you see it looking bright then, Carl? The future for the Predator division?
I do, yeah. I'm not stopping there. I'm just wanting to go. I went from the light. I've still got the light to the Sprinter. There's pros and cons with the Sprinter, difference from the Sprinter to the light with the integrated water pump and stuff like that. Sometimes it can be a good idea. Sometimes it can be a bad idea. You know, I wanted to get them both in because it gives people that choice. I've got another machine that's coming out called Pro Spray, which you've tried, Joel, and you think it's a brilliant machine.
Oh, it's awesome.
We got some good feedback off that when we did a demo today. And again, the price is there, Joel. The price is there. And the quality of the spray is there. You know the quality of spray. And I'm asking people, how does it work? And if that works right, they're coming in now. They're on the way to us. They'll be here
That's
soon.
going to be so. That thin coat machine that you've got coming in there is going to be. I've used the Swing. I've used an Easy 24. I've used my Optimix. I've used loads of the Drop 8 thin coat machines. That machine pisses on them all. As far as I give it to John. He was up there with me, and he had a go first time spraying, and he absolutely nailed it. So it's easy to use, and a big one for me is the price point. Like I say, we will be releasing it properly, but the price point, it's nowhere near as much as an Easy 24, which is the most popular thin coat machine, isn't it?
Yeah, it's right up there as far as being able to work it. It's right up there.
Oh, it's easy to work. Anyone can work it.
Yeah, I mean, even I could do it.
And it's easy. It's easy. Mate, you know a lot about machines. You're around them all the time now. But honestly, they're all easy to think up machines. They're just literally conveyors with a bit of air. But the reality is, it's like that machine price compared to them. It's like, mate, you would not even buy another machine other than that now. That's the one. That's going to be the one. Yeah. That's going to be the think up machine.
Well, that's again. Remember earlier on in the interview, Joe, I said to you when I first started up, I wanted to get something because my dad was doing the rendering.
Yeah.
Something there. I just picked it up and said, "What is that? That's a bead. It's costing 5, 6, 7 quid or whatever it was at the time. I can get you it for a couple of quid."
Yeah.
I'm just doing it again, replicating again. That's what we've done all along. We've done all along. We've got a accelerator for the winter time. We've got an accelerator. I know one of the guys
loves it.
Put a note on there that said that it's the only one that works. It is. It's a brilliant accelerator.
Yeah, that's what he said.
It's half the price to everybody else's, Joe, as well. So not only we're trying to get the products, we try to get them at the right price, which I think is really important.
Yeah,
we try and get them at the right price. Without killing how good the product is and how it works. Or
so that's the thing, Carl, as well. You know what it is? That's a good point. I want to stress on as well, because I think sometimes when people look at the price of something, they might think that something's got to give. And I feel like with this new machine that's coming out, you could have easily enough priced that 100 quid less than an Easy, just if you wanted to, or you could have priced it the same. You've actually come in significantly lower than that. And there's nothing being skipped here. There's no thing. There's nowhere. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no detriment to anything. It's kick-ass machine, but it's at a price where it's great for someone who wants to go into it. Like,
it's affordable for a lot more people. You're talking. You're still talking a lot of money for a machine, but it's more affordable.
Oh yeah,
it's the most affordable one. So and that's what we try to do. We don't want to kill the quality, because sometimes when you start going for price, you sometimes kill the quality. So we've got to get the balance right, and that's what we're trying to do. And it's going to take a little bit of time, but we're going to get there with that. We're going to get the quality and the price right. And that is my big aim for Predator machines. My big aim for Predator machines, Joel, is to get the products right and the price bang on. Yeah. That's what we need to do. And if we can do that, we can help everybody and ourselves as well.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's that is a good thing to hear for anyone who's already got machines, or anyone thinking about machines, is that Predator, we are going to be around for a while, and it's only just really, we're getting our teeth into it. I'd say that's what we're trying to say, really, wouldn't you, Carl?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's going to move forward. That's what it is. So, yeah, wicked. And like I said, a lot of the people who watch this have actually got the machine. Someone here, Dale, saying that he's going to add the Optimix to the light. He already has. So
perfect, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you want, really. That's good, man. And all this in a couple of years, we've gone from being, not having machines here to literally, up there with the other three or four. I don't know if there's four. I think it might just be three competitors. We're up there. You know what I mean? We're in the app. That's what it is. There's no. It wasn't a flash in the pan. It wasn't. We're not selling anything that's inferior. It's up there. It works. People are using it. It's great. And all we're doing now, which I'm part of, is building the background now. So we're going to get the foundation even more solid with the training and the backup and the support.
I think that's important. I think the training's important, Joe. I think I want everybody to who has a machine off me to be able to use it correctly, or use it to its full potential. And do you know what? If anybody were even just interested in a machine, they want to just call down to his unit
Yeah.
And just come in. I would get Baz or whoever's Baz usually in the office. Get Baz to just plug it in for him, get it going, show him how it works. There's no obligation. If you don't, just to see how it works and just to see the options. It's just literally come in, ask for me, ask for Simon or me, and we'll do it for him. Just to show him what it can do.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, that kind of leads on to this question here that what you call it, Stuart's asked from Travel Talk. And he's asked this. He said, "My question for Carl is: does he see much resistance in the older spreads moving into the new bagged gear and machines still embrace the new ways or not?" So that's kind of what you're saying there, isn't it?
I tried to get my dad to get a machine for years, Joey. We're having none of it, mate. And then when he saw him, I think you did that. And my dad was there, and he turned around to me and said, "If they'd have been about when I was younger, I'd have been still putting it on wall now." So it can be a little bit difficult to get the older generation to get into it. Do you know? But I've got to say this: that I've got a guy. I'm not going to name him because
I think you know what you're about.
You know exactly what I'm on about.
Yeah,
a man's been buying pebbles off me for years, like Canterbury Spa, Derbyshire, Barleycorn, Calcite Flint. You know it. He's been buying that off me. Don't you buy any base coats then? No, I use sand and cement. And when he walked in, Joel, and bought an Optimix off me, honestly, he could have knocked me over with a feather. I mean, I was looking, I was thinking, he's never going to buy an Optimix. And he's walked away with an Optimix and he's spraying now. So I suppose the answer to the question is some of them are a little bit, some of them dig the heels in a little bit, but I think when they see it, they can actually see how it works. So depending on what sort of a person they are, I suppose they can change their mind.
I've seen it, mate, firsthand in there. I've seen it firsthand where I've been spraying something and an old boy's coming and gone, "Hey, what's that? What's going on here?" And they're like, so then they ask me loads of questions. It's funny because they are older than me, obviously. They're older people. And like old people, not saying they're old, like old codgers, they're not. But they start asking questions then. Hold on a minute. So you put that in there? And what? And it goes on to that there? And I'm like, that's what it does. You are? You're telling me that does? And I swear, it just makes me laugh. I'm like, and then they're like to the mate, you should have a look at these. Do you know what I mean? And I'm thinking that's what it is. I think when people see it, they think, "Hey, what? I've been doing this for years right now." Hey.
That's it. As soon as they see it going on the wall, you see the faces. I watch them when they're coming in for training. I watch them and I think, he's impressed here. I've got one guy in particular. I've dealt with him since I started. He's been coming in and he still tells me to this day now, though, that he can put it on faster by hand.
Yeah.
So there you go.
You're always going to get them, though.
You always get one.
I think I hear that at least on every 2 or 3 videos. I'll get that. I'll get a comment
like by hand,
I'm doing faster than that by hand. To me. So, I hope that answers your question there, Stuart, mate. It looks like you say, some people are proper stuck in the way, but even some of them, you can get them out mud a little bit and they think, "Hey, I'll give it a go." So
I think seeing is believing is the big thing.
Yeah, it is. Well, that's why we shoot videos, don't we? And we get stuff out there. I want people to see it. So, all right, cool, man. It's good that we've talked a lot about the business part and the predator part because it's great, man. It's good to see. I want to ask you, what do you enjoy doing outside of business, mate? What's your hobbies? What's your love?
Well, I'm a season ticket holder at Bradford today. They're terrible, but I've still got to keep going. I like to go training. Actually,
what kind of training do you do?
I usually go to gym. I used to do some boxing training, but I go to the gym now. But actually, what I did years ago, I bet it must be, it's good 10, 12 years ago now. There was a guy that were from where I lived on Bailey. There was a road in the middle, there's an estate on the other side called Homewood, massive estate, Homewood.
Yeah, I know Homewood.
Yeah. Well, there's a guy there that there were a young lad there that there's a really good boxer, and but obviously coming from the estate and that, I didn't really have much. So when I started doing okay in business, we sponsored him as a company. We still sponsor him to this day now.
Yeah,
we still sponsor him to this day now. His name's Darren Tetley. Believe it or not, he's boxing on Saturday on Sky.
Yeah,
and I sponsored him, and you know what? I spent a lot of time going to watch him.
Yeah.
So if anybody's on Instagram or out like that or online, just have a look at him. And he's boxing on Saturday. He's at York Hall in Bethnal Green on Saturday. And
Wow.
I've followed him all over England, Scotland.
Yeah.
I've been all over with him, and I've enjoyed doing that as well. So probably a bit of training and football, and I've gone to a few boxing shows with him.
So you like your sport and that then?
Yeah.
I see it in office. You've got quite a bit of memorabilia, haven't you? You've got your
yeah. That's just usually drunken
auctions,
sportsman's dinners. You know, they get you drunk and then start having your bidding and stuff. So
yeah,
a couple of them, just put them around office.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's it. So yeah, I mean, we skipped past the Bradford City part quite quick. To be fair, didn't we?
Yeah.
Do you know what though, mate? I love the honesty though. That's it. You're a Bradford lad. You support your hometown.
Yeah,
yeah. Good on you, mate. Do you go to away games or just do home games?
I've done a couple of away games this season as well. Yeah, I've been to a couple of away games, but a season ticket holder down at Bradford City. I go there and every home game, and I go to a couple of away games. Yeah.
Do you have like do you sit in like a boxer out there, or have you got like a
I've got
VIP?
food. I've got food. It's not a box roll, but I have food. I have something to eat. You got to remember, it's League Two football, mate. It's one up from Sunday League. So we go have pie and chips, and then watch a bit of football and get tortured for 90 minutes.
Yeah, but that's that. To be fair though, that's, you know what I mean. It's something that you do all the time, and you go, who'd you go with?
So, well, I've got 4 tickets. So usually I take my twin daughters with me.
Yeah,
I fetch my old mate with me, mate that's been my best mate since we were kids. Me and him go, and I've got a couple of tickets. Sometimes my daughter comes, sometimes I take a couple of other mates with me. My dad's going this weekend, so
yeah. No, that's good, mate. That's good. That you see what he's there, spending time with your mates and your family and that. So that's good. That's nice to see. Right, okay. This one is really well. I've only got a couple more questions, but I think, right, I know a lot of other people think this. When I make it, or when I get to a point where I can get something that I really want, right? So for me, to say like I got successful and I want to splurge on something, it would be a Porsche 911 4S. That's what I'd go get. That would be my, like, in life, that would be like, I'm buzzing, I've splurged. That's my one thing I want. What was your one thing when you were coming up that you think I want to get, and have you actually got it, or is there anything that you've bought for yourself thinking, yeah, I'm going to splurge on this because I deserve it, and then was it really what you thought it would be or not?
Not really. I don't really splurge on out, to be honest with you. I mean, not really, Joe, to be honest. No, I mean, I did get a big house once. Someone's got a big house, but my ex-wife took that. So, so it put me off a bit.
If we don't laugh about that, we're going to cry, aren't we?
So yeah, so I did regret it. So yeah, I did spend it, and then I regretted it. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
But listen,
and that were about it, really. I've been able to buy the Bradford City tickets now.
Yeah,
I can't get married because I don't want anybody to take them off me.
Mate, I don't think them tickets are going anywhere, pal. You'll be all right with them. But that's it, though. A lot of people, you know, that just shows again, you're a grounded lads and that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You turn up every day. That's what you do. But yeah, man. Listen, I've got one more question for you. And it's what are your main tips or main advice you'd give to anyone who's wanting to start a business?
I would probably say that if you're going to start something, make sure that whatever you're going to start in business, you're doing it for the right reason. So if you want to earn money, make sure it's something that earns money. Make sure, the biggest rule for me is make sure whatever you're doing, you enjoy.
Yeah.
Because you're a long time at work, Joe. You know, if you leave school at 16, you're going to be still there at 55. You're going to be 40 years, right? Minimum.
Yeah.
So if you don't enjoy it, you're going to end up hating it. So whatever you're doing in your business life, go 100%. Don't listen to anybody who talks negative to you, because a lot of the time they're just jealous and they just haven't got the balls to do what you're doing.
Yeah.
And go for it. But remember, you're going to be in there for the long haul. And nothing gets given to you. And if you're going to work at something, nobody's going to just give you anything. So you've got to work hard.
Yeah.
And if you work hard, usually you generate your own luck and you make your own opportunities. Yeah. And that's what I would do, and do something I enjoy.
Yeah, that's wicked. That nice words, mate. Words of wisdom. It's good to hear from people who have actually done it. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, you guys plug away. That's what you do, but enjoy it. That's a big thing that I believe in a big thing, mate. That enjoying what you do.
You've got to enjoy it. You've
You
got to
can't do
enjoy
it.
it. If you don't enjoy it, you'll end up hating it. You'll end up hating it.
Yeah.
You know how many times you hear these people going to a job and they don't like it, and then suddenly 20 they detest it. You know, so if you're doing something that you actually like or you're interested in,
Yeah.
you half the battle's won.
Yeah.
And as sad as it sounds, I actually do like the rendering industry. So
I know you do.
I can get up every morning and go to work, and I look at what's going on and I see what's happening, and I actually enjoy doing it. So
yeah,
you've sort of won the battle then.
That's good, that, mate. That's good to hear, and I believe that as well because I see it with my own eyes. Like I say, a lot of people say they're doing stuff for whatever, but they don't really. It's for the dough. But I know with you, mate, you get excited about machines as much as me. You know what I mean? That's it's good. That's wicked, man. I think, like I say, a lot of people who are watching this and who are going to watch it again when I reshare it onto my YouTube and I put it onto a proper video on there. I think a lot of people are going to get inspired by you, mate.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think they will. What you and Chris have put together there, like I say, with your family there, the rest of the team there, a lot of people are going to be inspired by that because, like I say, you're from Bradford, council estate, Bailey, next to Homewood, which Homewood's quite a naughty area in it as well. It's like, it's one of them where, you look where you are now, Yeah, it's good. It inspires me, mate, as well. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, it does, mate. It does. I've got nothing but respect for you. Like I say, a lot of people in the world do in business and that don't like to see people doing good, or they might look at it and be like, oh, you know what I mean. But for me, it's energy. That's good energy. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's good. I'm happy for you, mate. I'm glad that you're smashing it. And like I say, I'm glad that I'm working with you guys, and I get to be on journey with you, especially on machines. So
it's good, isn't it? It's not just a work, Joe. We have a good laugh with it all as well, don't we? We have good fun with it. Testing the machines out, making sure they work. We're doing a serious job and trying our best, but we're making a bit of fun out of it as well and enjoying it.
That's it. It's a balance, innit? I think it's something that a lot of people struggle to find. I think I've struggled with it in my career. And I've talked to you about it, and about me not having a big, working by myself and doing the stuff I do. And I'm really enjoying it more. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, you're right, man. I think your advice and that, your tips and that will bang on, mate, bang on button. I think a lot of people will they'll get something from that. So yeah, man, that's it. I mean, I've written down these questions and I thought, bloody hell, I don't think I'll get through all these. Like, do you know what I mean? But I think we've done it, and we've been on for an hour and 17 minutes. So
brilliant.
Yeah, that's good going. Yeah, it's going good. That's good going, mate. Like I say. So yeah, man. Listen, we've took enough of your evening up, man. I appreciate it. Did you have your dinner before, or are you gonna have some after?
No, I had it before. It's fine.
Oh, did you? Yeah, same here. Okay, I always eat though. Anyway, I'll probably go scrounge somewhere else now. To be fair, but yeah. So anyway, I'll let you guys get back to your evening then. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, thanks for letting me on, Joe. Yeah, it's been great. Yeah,
it's buzzing, mate. Like I say, a lot of people are gonna take something from this, mate. It's top level guy, top level company coming on to talk to me, mate. Privileged. So
honestly, mate, it's great. And anybody wants to ever have a look at the machines, give us a call, ask for me or anybody. Just come in, have a look at the machines. You don't have to buy out. Just come in and have a look at the machines and see what they're about.
Yeah.
Or even just come in a direct building product, just call in and see us if you're coming past.
Yeah. Top man. Right, you're a legend, mate. Thanks a lot for that. I'm gonna take you off now. I'm gonna have a little word with guys. But listen, mate, thanks a lot, and I'll catch up with you. I'll probably see you next week. All right. Thanks a lot, Carl.
Thank you. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
So, guys, there we had it. That was a good interview, I think. Obviously, I was talking to Carl there, so I didn't get to watch it, but hopefully it was good entertainment for you guys and a good insight to see how it how it works in the company, and how how they got going. So yeah, very informative. Carl's an open book. He's very honest, hard-working Yorkshireman, and yeah, I just thought it was good. I'm going to watch it back, to be fair, see how it went down. But yeah, thanks a lot, Eric. Saying there, we're smashing interviews. Wayne Cox on there, Stuart, Mark, Jay, yes, everyone on there. That's it. Faster. I just seen Jay's comment. Faster by hand, but crippled. Good point, mate. Good point. But yeah, it's yeah, man, that was a good one. That was really good. So you guys, if you're enjoying these type of you know, if you're enjoying these type of podcasts that I'm doing, share it on to other people. Other plasterers and renderers might like it, might want to watch it and learn from it, or any other people who are in business or trades, really, they might enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? They might get something from it. You know, I say this like, you know, I'm privileged, and I think we're all privileged to talk to someone who's at that level in our industry of you know, in the business. He's high up, you know, and he's come on here to share his tips and be open with us, and you know, humble enough to talk to us about it. So yeah, I think that's quite a big thing, quite a big interview, to be fair. So yeah, buzzing with that. Yeah, so get it shared if you're interested. If you think someone else will you know, be interested in it. Like I said, the enthusiasm shines through. Cheers, man, Eric. Hope you're good, mate. Hope you are good. But yeah, right, I'm going to love yous and leave you all. I'll be back on again next Wednesday. It'll just be, you know what, it's hard to follow on from that now. Seems as we smashed that interview. It's like, I think my next Wednesday is gonna be hard for me to come up with a topic and talk good about it, to be fair. Set the bar right here. So we've had some top people on. We've had Stuart on, you know, we've had Jay on, we've had Carl on. Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. I'm going to be having some more people on as well. So, you know, I've got a couple of people I want to ask who are viewers as well, and who I watch as well, like Eric and stuff like that. I'd like to get these guys on and have a chat. So, yeah, subscribe if you aren't subscribed. Follow if you aren't following. All the rest of it, you know, the jazz. And I'm going to go. I'm going to make a brew. I'm going to have a brew. And I'm going to have a digestive biscuit. I'm going to sit down and watch the end of some footy, I think. That's it. But thanks a lot, guys, for tuning in and watching. And I'll catch up with you next week. Have a good one, man. Thanks a lot.